Jesus, I got an Amish beard tonight. A beard with no mustache.
Ooh, ew.
Beautiful.
I don't have knife in York. Where is it?
It's gone.
It's
Always has been.
blue. Your headgear's page.
Third page, always has been.
You gotta
The third person thing. I
Butter,
looked
I'm pretty
more-
good at it.
Ninth Corps, fall into the right of the state flag. 51st PA, fall
we
into
can
the
point
left
now?
of the national flag.
NCOs can
Right,
point.
you fall through the floor.
NCOs and officers can point.
Oh.
Hell yeah. Hold on, we need to get a trifecta. NCR,
okay,
point.
yeah, back right. You get to that side and we can get them in.
Let's no, the three people. Make a trifecta.
Dude, I have 107 hours in this game, and I've only just managed
Why
to
is my
make the
finger
tournament.
fucked up?
Oh,
Your
God.
finger's too far back.
It disgusts me how many hours I have.
Yeah, it's
I
real
like-
sad.
Yeah.
How
many hours
you have? About to be 700 soon.
Oh
my god.
Dude, the next highest hours, the next highest hours I have in this game are for like really involved RPGs, like
Yeah.
really story deep RPGs.
Yeah, Witcher I have 65 days on.
I have 2,000 hours in Arma 3.
I have
my God.
1,300 hours in
How many
Witcher,
hours do I have?
Plus that.
I don't know because I'm on Xbox, so all it says is 65
I have
days.
I have about
Hours.
500 hours.
I have 4,000 hours in Furry Hunters 5. It's
Oh, my sure.
My favorite.
I heard that game got 0 stars because it's
nah.
There's not enough personas.
3,500 hours in Gary's mod.
That F.
I mean, Gmod's got a lot of cool stuff though. I can kind of understand that.
Alright, gentlemen, as the leading private, I
I
want
have
to see the
1,500 hours in War Thunder, and I'm not
You
proud
are
of
not
myself.
fingernail.
I have-
I'm not proud of you either. Oh my god, I'm not.
Everybody's got that game. They're not proud of the hours. that they have put into
Yeah.
it.
I have over a year
I got
playing on my
2,300.
main on
I got
WoW.
2,300.
Damn, Hammer. Would you still recommend WoW? I'm actually curious.
Yes.
So,
Trust it
so
out.
you've never played before.
If you've never played it before, it's a hit or miss.
Like
It's
classic.
just, at least in my opinion.
never played it, and I've been playing WoW since Canada. This is the most boring experience I've ever had.
Classic is fun.
Could you also
Play WoW.
Servicing everybody. That's for you.
To the right.
Jim Bob, get the
Just the
fuck back
tiniest
in line.
Damn.
I'll close.
So rude.
Get back in line. Go.
Everyone gets
Go.
That's too much. You need to be facing forward the same way we are.
Jesus Christ. Don't worry, we'll get lines down soon enough back.
This is the one problem with
Okay.
Because remember, we're going to be calling everyone out of these lines
What?
and forming them by company.
with
Zoom, zoom. Just try to get as
We still
orderly
want
as
to look
possible.
good when we fall in.
There we go.
Yeah,
we
get
got
as
6
orderly
steps
as
forward.
possible.
Just
Good
like
job.
one.
Just remember, come to the
Then
All
place
to
rest.
the
Alright, there you go.
Press
Good,
press
good.
F8.
No
F8.
bayonets, coming in place rest. No
In pla-
bayonets, coming in place
In
rest.
place.
In place.
Drill guys.
One's fixed here, no bayonets.
Just F8.
Unless you're ordered.
To get back to shoulder arms, it'll be
I don't
I don't
Much
like
better. Straight line, mostly.
Oh my god. Hammer,
Mostly.
they changed the stump.
Oh, they changed it again.
They did?
Wait,
Yeah,
it's back
Yeah,
again?
it's now tall. It's now a tall stump. You can't get up on it.
Actual, like, weird.
Yeah,
it's like
they didn't want people
Yeah,
to
Fucking
Yeah.
hilarious.
war rights drill camp.
See, but it's weird.
Can't even
Hey,
get on this log
I'm not
file.
gonna lie, all they wanted is our cock.
Aries.
God damn.
Yeah.
I keep falling through the floor. I can't even.
Maybe
get
if it's a small log, like a
I don't know what you're talking about.
not very, you know what I mean.
Can't even get on it.
Function key 8 top.
Yes.
I guess.
No,
Just press, go back to shoulder arms and then press F8.
F to the stump.
That's not how you go back to shoulder arms. You have to press the button that you did before.
There you go.
So right now, if you're going to go back to shoulder arms, you press
So
F8
close.
again.
So
You don't
close.
right now.
I'm gonna in place rest F8. What's that?
Please go into the Discord voice chat.
Yeah, it's
I got
set
as
up
far
so you
as,
just slide off it.
I've actually made it up to the handle of the.
Oh, it's getting dark.
Yeah.
Can I set
Yeah.
it to like a beautiful sunset?
Welcome,
time?
Sovsec. Welcome.
TJ, get in
Try
line.
to back up a bit.
You've been dis-
Ah!
Oh my God, Susan.
Susan!
I made it beautiful. Shut
Now
up.
we see the donkey
We'll see
sled.
this. No, no. If we change it to what I do,
Don't
by
you
the
do
time
that
we
to
start
Susan
doing
White.
things, we'll see the sunrise.
Okay,
fuck
that
you.
is fair. We can do that.
Damn, Susan with the big
Watch
brain.
All right, don't change it.
There.
All right, now
We'll watch the sunrise. Okay, that's a little bit too dark.
How are we supposed to?
I mean, wouldn't this be done early in the morning as well? So it's like
Yeah, it would be.
accurate.
It should be
There we go.
5.9.
There we go.
You set it for 5.7 or 5.8.
It should be
Where's the
5.
sun coming
Yeah,
from?
I'd say
Oh,
5.7
yeah.
to 5.9.
609.
Rises in the north already.
Are you guys gonna back up in line?
No, 6:09 is already after the sun rises.
Okay, there. Are you happy with
Yeah.
this, Susan? Okay.
Oh,
Absolutely.
Hammer's calling the
We'll do this for you today, and
Here's-
only for you.
Here's your wake up cannon call for you. There you go.
No, really? Okay, I'm just gonna fucking cry in the corner.
We didn't hear anything.
Unfortunately.
Hammer at 5 o'clock in the morning just grabs Hitler's fucking bugle and just sprays it in the face of everybody down the line.
Your whiskey rush and get the fuck out of bed.
Sergeant
Hammer,
Vanderbilt's
get
too
the fucking
fucking
game.
dark.
My game crashed so hard I had to restart my computer because it's
That
ass.
sucks. Again,
Also,
please
it's
message
fucking-
people. We're
Like 5
sitting at
minutes.
38. This is like the lowest we've had in drill attendance in probably 3 months. So go ahead and message people. Get them in here.
Your captain isn't here and you're the highest NCO message.
Especially remember that half of the officers are going to be gone next week. So this is your last time to be here with all of us.
God,
Get yelled at by me and Fury it.
I'm gonna miss you guys.
We're not going to miss you because we'll be hanging out with cooler people.
Somebody sniffed my penis. I'm pretty sure that's
That's too.
Wow. I mean, I wouldn't have been that mean.
I guess I'll just.
Yeah, but I would. Rest the line,
There's
guys.
one problem with your plan.
Rest the line.
The sunrise is
Rest the line.
behind us, I believe.
No,
Rest
my
the
line.
Yeah, the sun rises in the west here. Sets in the east.
You get a better view.
We're in the upside down.
Susan, dress forward.
The earth is flat.
Somebody shoot
Anyone
that
Susan,
else
dress
is
forward. There we
Somebody
go.
shoot him.
You'll be shot for treason.
You'll be shot.
I tackle back.
Spike, can you take a side step
Say it
to the
again.
right?
Come on.
Here, in
Yeah.
place rest.
Is a
Get in the front, in
small
place
flat
rest. In
oval.
place rest.
I told you. I told
You
you.
You
guys
didn't
like-
even shoot me, Jim.
Yeah, right.
Everybody tap R, make sure you get your reloads in. Do not fix your bayonets.
He's a very bad shot, Fury.
No, if you have your
takes that
bayonets
from
on,
me.
unfix that shit. I actually know all
No
about
bayonets, but tap R, make sure you got your reload in, then go to in place rest.
If you want to know if you have your bayonet on, you can use left alt or you can just press T and it'll show you on the bottom right.
It fills the E in parentheses.
The bottom right will tell you everything that you're doing in game. Actually.
34 in game. 40 in Discord. Get in here, boys.
I'm trying, sir.
Will it tell me if I
Are
take
you-
double
Are you
Do or do not. There is no try.
Tyler?
What was that, Spock?
It was my cock.
Whoa.
Alrighty then.
What unit are we?
Whatever unit you are.
We're the Union.
Whatever
Call me
unit you
UK.
play in, or whatever unit you're a part of. So if you're 9th New York, spawn 9th New York. If you're 51st, spawn 51st. If you're 28th Massachusetts, spawn 28th Massachusetts. If you're Clark's Battery, spawn Clark's Battery.
Yeah.
Jirachi, did your mask come in?
Not yet.
Oh, sad Susan.
I
didn't know that there will be that many
The snout
Yeah.
one is supposed to be here Monday. So, fingers crossed.
Nice.
Nice cock.
dick fell off.
You had
one to begin with?
Ha
You want to see it? I have it in the back.
We could dress over and then hit F8. Now hit F8.
You help me glue it back on. I already have the glue gun already.
Hey, Drake, come here.
Holy crap.
Hey, I thought it was her arms.
What's up, Jim Bob?
Am I doing it right?
No,
This looks better anyway.
that's for parades. This is not a fucking parade.
I know, but it looks
F8.
nice.
In place rest. In place rest. And he's
Drucker, you killed him!
What?
Don't fuck with him. You do not fuck with the sergeant major.
God damn it, Tyler!
What is this?
Tyler!
Yes,
Tyler!
I can actually see my penis.
Ah, now I can't
Dang it.
see.
What?
Dark!
We're drilling into dawn.
I
I'm
don't
having a
like
seizure.
black.
Hey, nobody said shit, so.
Yeah, we did. We had a whole fucking feud
I
about
don't
it.
like
I'm
these
rooming
I
with
wasn't
Tyler.
here.
Pay attention.
I'm rooming
I,
with
I, was,
Tyler.
I just got here like 2 minutes
gonna
ago,
spank
my
him.
guy. So you can't. I'm fuck that. I don't care. You gotta find me.
Hey, Private Crush, go with
If you really have problem with what I just did, then meet me
My
at
cock is ready,
in
sir.
Miller's Cornfield in real life.
I
2
would
weeks
crush
from
night.
I
now.
will
Tyler, I
absolutely fight you
Place
in
your
the
way
force.
to
I wasn't planning on going, but just for that, I will.
Can you record that fight? I would love to see that.
Oh, no, I'm gonna fight like 4 people.
Do you
from
just
the
want
ninth
me to
floor.
go just for the
You got a
principle of it?
problem. You got a problem. Burnside's Bridge, 4 p.m. Be there or be reb, asshole.
It is crazy. I actually do a
Do you want me to go just for the principle of it?
that somebody's
Susan,
gonna fight the other
Right,
people.
I'm gonna put on the snoot mask and bring my tail and just come at you oohing until you
Oh,
run.
God.
My nightmare.
Oh,
Oh,
like
fuck
this.
you.
You get knocked the fuck out you do that.
Draka, I'm a call animal control, my guy.
Please don't, sir. I have much to live for.
I keep getting this
No,
over.
you don't.
We're at 37.
Shut up.
We got 45 in Discord. Keep filling in. File in, file in,
Dude,
file
we're
in.
doing this, bitch.
Whoa.
he's gotta eat, dude.
We don't have any 28th here. What the hell? Oh yeah, Jeb's computer is out.
Is
it just
me They already did
Yeah,
their
they
rifle
did their
drill.
drill earlier today.
Yeah,
gotta
it's
take
good.
your-
3 o'clock off until Monday. He's just usually here at
I
7.
like hey, just off to the side, just like, yeah, I got my swab.
Is it raining?
No.
Anybody
got consumption here?
can't see anything.
I'll take it.
Hey, you better have a mask, man.
We were all in joking.
Don't
Yeah,
be
we're outside.
not a mask.
Yeah, but sideways,
You're gonna
man.
kill the fuck out of
Is TJ the only one here for artillery?
No, he's just the only one here for
It is.
artillery.
Here in
There's two
game.
more at that range right now.
Right.
Afton and Guarni are at the range.
He just is the only one over here.
TJ, go join your goddamn company.
Yeah, alright. TJ, you're dismissed to artillery. Get the fuck over there and start
Yeah,
practicing.
teach. I'll load for
Take
you.
your giant fucking Q-tip and
Respawn.
get the fuck out of
Get moving,
here.
get moving, get moving, get moving.
Get out!
Get the fuck out of here.
Get out of here.
40 in game,
You goddamn
45 in Discord. Get in here and we'll get started when everybody loads in.
Jesus Christ.
Artillery boys, if you want to go to a separate battalion,
It's
feel
just
free.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll smooth.
The entry fee is $5 to enter my range.
You're
Everyone
right.
pays.
Shut the fuck up. Stop
Remember,
licking your
everybody in
Okay.
place rest when you get on the line. When we call
Homosexuals.
attention, you go to the order arms, and then we continue from there.
You goddamn homosexual.
PTS?
Yep.
We need someone going 51st flag.
Excuse me, Mr. Admin, I cannot see.
Yeah, we don't have a flag bearer for 51st.
No one
I guess we're fine.
Go do it.
I'll do it.
We already got one.
Yes.
Vulcan, Fright, Charles,
I'm
goes
over
down
here.
there with the 9th boys. Past the 51st.
I don't think
9th
so.
New York, dress to the right. You have gaps in your line. Fix them.
9th New York, dress right.
Look right,
Look right, dress right.
Oh god, what am
Damn,
I
nine. I'm starting to think 51st is better now.
In Corsica.
Why is it so dark in here?
Jordan.
Good job, 51st. You guys are so fucking well disciplined.
Just
Move right.
I was hoping they'd be in here so we can help them out.
You all want to get your fucking hardtack and coffee on.
Hey,
You gotta
Fry.
finish this drill first,
Hey,
okay?
can I run through this?
Well,
phone?
that's
Wow,
not
I
what
can't. That's crazy.
You do really
Can't see
well.
good
You
my game
get
crashed.
hardtack without
Yeah.
weevils in it.
Sir,
Okay?
can we not
All
be
the
fucking
hardtack, no weevils.
entered?
Hardtack, no weevils. Pasky,
Dress
press
it
down
right.
onto the 9th shoulders. This is 51st.
Please, can you
Truck
stop
it, the
it?
weevils add flavor.
Weevils do not add flavor, that is a lie.
They add protein.
Protein, yes. But you get enough protein from the
I
US
think Jordan's
government.
having an aneurysm. Hold
Get
on.
your salt pork or your bacon.
Government doesn't care about our.
Damn it, Jordan.
Press the fucking line.
I'm
guys.
not
Look
calling
right,
us into order until A, everybody's loaded in, but B, these lines are dressed. 51st, you look good. Nice work, boys.
Dress to the right.
Nice
dress
work,
to
you
the
all
right,
suck.
dress
You know
right.
what, Stu?
Good
Good,
job.
good fucking
It's
job.
a
No,
little
no, you were doing good. No,
Oh
Stu,
my
you're
God,
fucking
shut
right.
up.
Hell yeah.
Quiet.
Fuck that guy, he's not here. Fucking go around him.
Go around Corsica. Go around Corsica.
So the
There's a gap
sun
next
is
to Corsica
supposed to
Gate,
come
but
up,
Go around Corsica.
Corsica's not here either. Oh my god.
And
Corsica,
Stuka.
Jordan. Bottom of the shit
Oh,
list.
God.
Oh no, Corsica's
Buddy.
back. Okay. Jordan on
That
the
didn't
shit
work.
list.
It is raining.
Look right, dress right.
To the right.
Right.
Henry,
To
excuse me.
the right.
Look right, dress right.
Please don't bully me.
I'm on the way back.
It is raining in game. I have tried to
Still
change it
with the
using the admin command. The server is not accepting it.
Right,
Deal
just
with
go
the
around
rain.
him. Okay,
No,
Nelson's
we're
there.
Thank you,
Right, close it
Connie,
up.
very
Thank
cool.
you.
Alright,
raining for me,
yeah.
so
How about the
too bad.
Address. Thank you.
This shouldn't be this hard, guys.
Good for you.
Thank you.
Everybody smooches, Buzz.
Everyone dress.
Share your son's
Chinese disposition. I don't have one.
Can I give you a
Oh, what?
glass
I
of
like a
shut
little
the
bit of
fuck up?
rain hammer.
Oakley dokley, no Marino.
Okay, what did Drache just said? Cut to Skyrim where you enslaved the entire human race. What do you say to that? Hmm?
We did that because we were better than you. What the fuck?
Okay!
Shit
Okay!
Silence in the ranks.
Silence, okay.
Core attention.
Attention, F6.
9th New York Company A, address that line.
9th New York Company.
Company
A.
A, on the line, move it.
9th New York Company A.
9th. Alright.
Nice and easy, boys.
Enter the line to the left,
Yeah.
rest to the right.
Your left,
Make
dress
sure
right.
that you
There
can
you go.
only
All
see
this
one
line.
person. If you get pushed out,
Move it right.
I'm gonna say this
Keep
now.
pushing.
You get pushed out, it's not a personal offense. Somebody comes to your peak or your valley on a fence, it's not a personal offense. You move, you find a new place, you don't complain about it, you don't grumble about it, you just do your job.
Top,
9th New York Company B, dress that line.
You
Dress
be
right,
left.
move
left.
it, move it.
Still to left, dress right.
There you go.
Don't bump it
As
up.
you enter the line, this is good practice. As you enter the line, if you're moving at the sprint, you drop it to the double quick and then you drop it to the quick time. If you're moving at the double quick, you drop it to the quick time and then you dress it up. That keeps us from pushing each other. 9th New York Company C, dress that line.
Jim Bob, step out to
Company
the rack
C,
and get out.
dress the line. Next, move it.
Right behind. Step in next to Jim Bob.
Look at this clump.
Alright.
Fix the
Fill
clump.
Jim
Don't just
Bob's
walk in
hole.
when people are there.
Excuse me, how
First
does
guy
someone
got
port
pushed
right
out, go to
arms?
the left.
If you get pushed out, you're Drache. Just go to the other end.
Wait, what?
Remember, we
fresh
ammo.
address our gaps in our line by
Facts,
dressing
it's
them.
so pussy.
Fucking Company C doing a do-si-do over here.
Yeah,
I keep
I'm
getting
watching
pushed
this.
out.
This is fascinating.
Charles,
People keep
Corsica,
pushing
you
out
should be
and
staring
then
at his
just-
back.
There we go.
Yep, get
9th New York Company D, dress that line.
D on the line. Move it down.
Yeah.
Fight is ending that
Don't go
line.
muscle.
Everyone else would be to his left.
Nice cook.
Thank you.
Stay at the shoulder arms, do not go to the right shoulder
Nice.
shift.
Massage and grooming. Nice.
Press X over.
51st Pennsylvania Company A, dress that line.
Smoke. Press
Over
X.
Press X.
You were fine before.
Shouldn't have
Press
X at all.
X, Stuka. So you're at
Dress
the-
down onto the
I
9th
didn't-
New York shoulder.
Press X again. Smoke.
There you
I was
go.
about to say just
All the
Company
way
A,
down.
but it is
Please,
all
please,
just
please,
Company A
please,
except for
please.
Aries. Aries following with Company A.
Smoke. Press
But
X.
lines
Things
anymore.
to get pushed out, just go to the left. There we go.
Smoke. Can you hear in game?
Well, sorta.
Don't squeeze in, just go
Press
in.
down to
Stuka,
the
if
right.
you unmute
Look to your
yourself-
left
Just
and to
go
your
to
right
your
using
left.
left
Yeah,
alt.
yours,
If
my
you
right.
can see the line, you need to either scoot forward or scoot backwards. Remember, dressing does not mean only
The
moving
line-
vertically,
Alright,
it
back,
also
you
means
close that
moving
line.
horizontally.
There's a nice.
This line has a big old curve at the end of it. Women like a
Yeah,
curve,
we're
your
right.
officers don't.
Battalion, firing extreme right oblique,
Do you like how my
southwest
head
west.
swayed?
Take A.
Hey!
Hey!
Right oblique, southwest west.
After your volley.
Southwest west. Do some of you have a
Push
problem
ammo.
aiming to the southwest west?
Press T, use your
Are some of you
compass.
aiming directly at the back of the heads of people?
It's almost
I
like
know.
it's not a line.
Problem.
Hey.
Recover.
Trucke.
Recover.
I need to
Shoulder.
steal a private.
Shoulder.
Yeah.
Start
I
aiming.
need to steal one of them. Okay.
I'll do it.
Private
Shoulder.
Smoke, Company D. I saw that you
Yeah,
put in your
get back in your
application
spot.
for Clark's and you practically filled out everything that we were looking for.
51st
If you want to drill with the
Just line
Clark's
forward.
guys, let me know now,
you.
and I can
Roger.
pull you down. Dope. Spawn in as Clarks if you can.
F9 and go to
Rats
artillery.
5,
Ooh,
just go
close though.
across
That was a
the
nice
line
shot.
Good luck, boyo.
now.
Press it down.
Guys, you're
Attack,
All of you
stop
should be
attack,
using left alt to look left and
Areas
right and
back.
see only one
Hit
head
back.
to your left, one head to your right. Otherwise,
Scoot it,
you need to
move it up
possibly
a
take
little
steps forward or backward. The
I can't
reason that
move
we do
proper.
this, the reason that line dressing isn't just about going left or right, but is about going forward or backwards, is because if we're firing at extreme obliques and the line is curved, it can get really easily to where only a part of the line is able to fire and the other part of the line can't fire at all because you're shooting into the back of people's heads. There's even been
Okay,
incidents
really
that
sorry,
I've
Poppy.
seen in this game where there is so much smoke that you can't tell that you're actually shooting into the back of our line because the line is so curved and the smoke is so fucking dense that we volley and there's actually TKs because
Nice shot,
people are
nice
not
shot.
dressed on the line properly.
To that line.
On the line.
I know,
Forward,
it's
just
cl- it's
step
close.
On the
forward,
line,
just
This
step
artillery has to be
forward,
close.
stay where
Step
you are.
forward.
You don't need to push more
You don't need to
people
go
out.
left or
right,
right. You
forward,
just need to
dress
go
right.
forward and then dress to the right.
Go to the
Step
front
forward,
line,
there we go.
front line.
There we
Look
go.
right, dress
Use
right.
left alt to look around you.
There we go. We're
That
looking
way
better. We're
you
looking
aren't
tighter
moving your
now.
whole body.
We're
Yeah.
sticklers about this shit now, so we don't have to be sticklers about this shit later. At the ready.
Left
At
alt.
the red.
At the ready.
At the
Ready.
ready. Also, you shouldn't have already been at the ready, Sylvia.
Remember, when we are firing in a volley, we aim
around.
across from us. If those rebs, the theoretical rebs, are on the snake fence across from
Yep,
us, the
sponge it.
left side of the line fires at the left side of their line. The center of the line fires at the center of their line. The right side of the line fires at the right side of the line. Take aim.
Take
Hey!
Aim. Aim.
Fire.
Those
Nicely
reload.
done.
I'm not.
Remember,
automatically reload.
Automatically reload unless ordered
Blah, blah, blah.
otherwise.
Copy.
Then, yep.
Remember,
Yeah,
the mantra
after
you
you
should be
reload,
repeating to
you're right.
yourself in your head, silence in the ranks. The mantra you should be repeating to yourself in your head is fire, reload,
Forgot to do it,
dress.
just dress
After
to
you
the
finish
left.
your reload, look to your left and to your right. If
And
anybody
zero
has
left.
died around you, dress to the right. Do not turn your bodies, use left alt. If the guy next to
That's
you
the
moves,
right.
that means you need to move.
Shouldn't it be fire dress reload?
No, fire, reload, dress. That way, if we have to respond very quickly to an incoming assault, we can do so. If we're scooting and we don't have reloads, then
NCR, go ahead, let
Gotcha.
Stuka back out, and then let them in. So your NCO duties on
so-
the file.
at the ready.
At the ready.
At the ready.
At the ready.
ready.
Take aim
Hey!
and recover arms. Take aim and recover arms. Or take aim and fire. That was well done, gentlemen. Nobody fired early. There were no party fouls to report to the party committee. Remember, look right after you reload. If there's a gap next to you, dress it. So the line is shifting down to the right. That means everybody should be getting ready to move to the right. No, you don't. You enter the line to the left. You dress to the right. We don't ever fill gaps by getting into them with our bodies. We enter the line to the left and we dress. That's how we fill our gaps. Core, firing at the left oblique. Remember, that is a preparatory command. Take aim. An oblique angle is 45 degrees to your left or your right. And fire.
Press the line.
Shoot left. All the way down to the left, Jordan.
Core, firing at the right oblique. Take aim. And fire. Reminder, gentlemen, if you are not an NCR, NCR, good lord, an NCO. NCR is an NCO, so he should do this as well. But if you're not an NCO, do not repeat orders. Additionally, if you are an NCO, you do not give orders. You follow the orders given to you unless your commander is down and tells you to take over the situation.
Yeah, NCR, what the hell?
Yeah, NCR
doing a good job, guys.
NCR is an excellent NCO. I never have to reprimand NCO. NCR. Fuck, that's really confusing. Change your goddamn name.
No, his name's Colin.
Firing by files from the left and the right. Remember, when we fire by files, the man, in this case, since we have a large line, it's gonna march its way down, it's gonna meet in the center. The guy on the far right's gonna take aim, he's gonna fire. The guy on the far left is gonna take aim, and he's gonna fire. You do not take aim and fire until the man to your left or your right, depending upon which side of the line you are on, has fired. That rifle weighs about 10 pounds. It's gonna get real heavy real quickly. After you fire your first shot, you go into independent fire. Commence fire.
Fire.
Remember, when we're firing independently on that first shot, take a good aim shot, hit the target, put him in the dirt.
Once you leave independent fire,
I'll just repeat what Jim Bob said. Usually with firing by files, after you have fired that first shot, you then commence rapid fire, which is basically holding down the left mouse button, or if you're not in melee mode, left and the right mouse button, and you just start shooting the moment that your sights come up. You do not wait to aim. This is for close-in engagements. So just continue to fire as fast as humanly possible. Tested this out in the firing range. It's accurate to about 50 yards to be rapid. Basically just instinct fire when the sights come up.
If you can't see the enemy can't see you. Keep shooting.
Also remember, the mantra is fire, reload, press. Fire, reload, press. If you see a gap, left or right, in this case to your right, you fill that gap in. For instance, Rats 5, you should be pressing down once you finish that reload. You should always be keeping your head up on a swivel, using left alt, looking left, looking right, looking around, keeping eyes up. You're going to see that reload animation more times than you can count in this game. It's more important to keep the line dressed and neat so that we're getting information and not separating skirmish and outline losses. If you look at our battles, you look at our kill totals, what you'll typically see, the 9th and 3rd side will always have very few outlines because we stay in formation, and that manages to help us win battles more times than I can count.
You may have taken 606 losses taking Nicodemus Hill last weekend, but we did so with 398 information losses and like 15 skirmish events. It made all the difference. Ceasefire.
Ceasefire!
Remember, when you ceasefire, you finish that reload and you get ready. Or if you're in 2nd Battalion, you know the mantra, reload and hold. Very quickly, I'm going to go over our battalion system for those of you who may not know it. Everybody in the 51st Pennsylvania is in 1st Battalion. They are joined by 9th New York Company A. Everybody else, 9th New York Companies B, C, and D, form 2nd Battalion. Depending upon how many the numbers are, we switch the 28th as necessary. To that end, Corps, fix. Bayonets. Gonna go over some melee stuff, similarly to the way that we did it last week. It went well. Our melee charges were on point. Let's keep that shit a-rolling. 1st Battalion, dress this line.
1st Battalion.
2nd Battalion, dress this line.
2nd Battalion.
2nd Battalion.
1st Battalion to the left, 2nd Battalion to the right. 1st Battalion to the left, 2nd Battalion to the right. Anchor on the far right point of that line.
Anchor right, dress right.
Know your battalion.
2nd Battalion.
Remember, when we have an anchor point, we always dress down to the anchor point. When the line is drawn by an officer, unless specified otherwise, you always dress to the right corner of that line.
Jacob, you are currently standing with 2nd. Jens Jacobs, get over there. Line on
Hi,
left.
Jim Bob.
End of the line to the left.
Line to the left. There you
Yep,
go.
over here. Jen Jacobs, over here.
Remember, know your
Over
battalions,
here.
the company you're in, be able to follow those orders. It is very crucial in game, especially when we're going, okay, 1st Battalion has, say, 25 people, and 2nd Battalion has 20 people, and we decide, okay, we're going to use 1st Battalion for this task. If 7 people from 1st Battalion are rolling with 2nd Battalion, suddenly 1st Battalion is getting itself butchered because we didn't know that 7 of them are standing around with 2nd Battalion and not with the correct battalion. Obviously, we should be checking that too, but the point is made. You guys should always be rolling with your battalion. Try to stick with your battalion. The only excuse you have is either when both battalions are serving together because we got butchered, or when you spawn in on flag, you happen to spawn in with us, and we're in the middle of a firefight, and you can't get out from there. So remember, know your battalion system, know your companies, because we'll often call firing by companies, or we'll post companies to specific tasks, like refusing a line or such. If that happens, then we're calling out a company, say to do a task, or to hold a specific position, and we're calling that company based on its numbers. And if those numbers aren't showing up where they're needed, then that's a problem. So know your company, know your battalion. Thank you.
Company A, I want you to do the same thing we did last week. Press F9, respawn as the 51st Pennsylvania. That way our uniforms are uniformed.
Face forward in this.
2nd Battalion, forward. Get up and over that fence. Form yourselves a line out in that field. Face the fence. 1st Battalion, hit that fence in front of you. Go to the peaks and the valleys. The peaks and the valleys are any point where the fence joins together into a cross section.
Go up and over, up and over.
We never, ever, ever dress onto the flats of the fence.
Keep going.
The reverse side of this is that we need to be aware all the time, tapping T, looking at whether or not we are skirmishing or out of line. You are able to be in formation if there is a man at every peak and a man at every valley. We have to do that correctly. The reason why we go to the peaks and the valleys is because it makes us harder to see and it makes us harder to hit. There is a decent chance that those cross rails are going to stop a bullet from getting itself lodged between your eyeballs.
About face. Look right, dress right.
Unclump this shit and get it done. Keep it up, 2nd Battalion.
right, dress
That's what it's for. Let's make it pretty.
We're going to do this similarly to the way that we did things last
Pushed
week.
out, go to the end.
The
Crush that
defenders
unit.
on the fence can huddle up, come together, and decide how they're going to contend with whatever the attackers throw at them. The attackers will come forwards, they will charge the fence. Everybody take aim into the air.
Aim
BTS.
Take aim.
in the air.
Fire. Do not reload.
Not reload.
Do not reload. Yes, Knives, what's up?
We don't have a 51st Penn flag. Would you like one?
Charge bayonets, boys.
No, I'd rather have the rifle on the line.
Copy.
Yeah.
He wants me to go.
Charge bayonets.
No, you're fine.
Alright.
Fury is going over something very important that I want everybody to remember in practice tonight. If you are being charged, if your section of the fence is getting charged en masse, you brace on that fence. You take 3 steps back if you're in a valley and 1 step back if you're at a peak. The valley is silence in the ranks. The valley is where the fence goes away from you. The peak is where the fence comes towards you. If you're in a valley, you get out of that valley until you're equal with the guys that backed up off the fence or off the peaks. The reason for this is that once they jump that fence and you have 2 guys at the ready right there, you put your bayonet into that dude's belly and he is dead. You can additionally, sometimes people will hold on the other side. What this allows us to do is curl our wings down on them while they're standing there and taunting you, trying to get you to come forward so they can murder you. The sides of our lines are going to go up and over and they're going to swing in on them. This is the way that we should defend a defense every single time. So defenders, come together, come up with your plan. Attackers, get together, come up with your plan. You have 30 seconds. This is a
All right,
30-second timeout.
Alright, guys, so plan
curl
is.
around.
Or, Volcom, you want to take it?
Yeah, sure, I'll take it.
Okay.
So, what I'm thinking here is we're just gonna rush forward up until we get about, let's say, halfway to where we are now and the fence. We're gonna rush to
15 seconds.
We're gonna rush to the right, and then last second we're gonna rush left. Basically just gonna zigzag around and try to confuse the hell out of them. Make sure you stab them.
Would you say
So
that
we're
you
gonna
want
hit
to
the left
2nd Battalion, forward at the charge.
Stretch them out and
March.
get
Yeah,
on
stretch
the line.
out, stretch out.
Let's go.
Forward at the charge.
Remember, make noise. Make noise. Don't let them shoot you.
1st Battalion, brace. 1st Battalion, brace.
Go left, go left, go left. Clear that fence.
Remember, if you get stabbed twice, take a knee. If you get stabbed twice, take a knee. It's not about who wins, it's an honor system. We need to practice. If you get stabbed twice, take a knee.
BTS.
Yes.
Don't stab flag, guys.
I don't.
Good job, 2nd Battalion.
1st Battalion, if you want a bit of constructive criticism, you should have jumped that fence and gotten into him. Just play do-si-do with him. Do not try and shift and catch a charge by countering that charge on that side of the fence. You were all shifted to the left. You had them, once they went to the right, you had them in a pretty good position. If you jumped that fence right there, you could have gotten into their side and just gotten on the other side of the fence. 2nd Battalion, up and over, get back in the field. 1st Battalion, dress the
Go over that. Because we did this on Nicodemus multiple times. In fact, over the entire weekend, we did the curling tactics on them multiple times and won almost every single melee contest that we were in. And the primary reason is when we do the curling, looking over the footage, me and Hammer were actually talking about this before we started this drill. When we were looking over the footage on Nicodemus and on the other maps that Susan got, we saw in every single melee instance, the Rebs had no fucking idea what to do. When we get hit by a charge and suddenly we're not on the fence, we're behind them and we're jumping in behind them where they just charged into, they have no idea how to respond. A lot of them are standing at the fence, they're getting reloads, they're looking at the guys in front of them, they're not looking behind them. I went through, I stabbed like 5 or 6 people, I was even killing pistol guys with my sword, at one point taunting them because we slaughtered them so badly on Nicodemus. We were an undermanned force that was only getting trickle-in reinforcements, didn't even have a flag, and yet we were still crushing charge after charge by just going up and over onto their left and swinging onto their flank. Most of the units in this game, when they brace for charge, they just sit statically on that fence. That's kind of what you guys did. 1st Battalion, sorry to say. You sit statically on that fence and you just are waiting for the charge to hit you. And then when it does, or it curls onto your flanks, all that's happening is you're statically being wiped out. When you do the curling action, what you're getting in there is a flanking maneuver. It requires NCO initiative to watch where that line is going, to watch where their assault is going in, and knowing to jump it. On Nicodemus, I led a couple charges, jumping over by basically just running over to the left and screaming up and over, getting on their flank, curl right. We do this when we do regular charges, even when we're doing it not as a defender, but as an attacker. We curl around the rocks. We did this on Hooker's Push and on Reno's Fall multiple times, curling around their flank, catching them in multiple spots while they're just sitting there statically. We've even shown in attempting to try out the Rebel Spear Wall tactic against curling that what will happen is that they'll start TKing each other. And we've seen that on our server in the melees of Reb units or units like 1st Maryland. Getting into that position, they end up TKing each other more than they're killing us because they're all just stabbing randomly and they're in a tight clustered map. You can wipe them really easily so long as you're willing to execute aggressive counterattacks as a defender and aggressive flanking as an attacker, even if you have a smaller force.
Might I PTS real quick?
Yeah.
So something I kind of like to think of it as is think of what most units in this game do. It's just kind of sitting there waiting to take it. Think of that as you're sitting in a bunker. You're waiting, you can see them. But what we're doing, effectively, is we're getting around and we're surrounding them. They can only really worry about what's directly in front of them because the pillbox can only let you shoot out that way. However, if we're able to get in their back, which we do when we curl around, we're able to go into the door and just shank them repeatedly. It, to me, demonstrates how useful a highly mobile form of melee combat is, and why it is so effective against a static defensive melee, and that is exactly why we do it and why we tend to win charges.
You have 20 seconds to prep.
Welcome. What are we doing now?
I can hear the arty people talking to each other. This is really annoying.
What?
Round with shots.
Yeah, just try doing the same thing. Let's see if they switched up their style. NCOs.
No, we don't have shots.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, NCOs.
Give them practice
have
against
these
the same
orders,
thing.
take initiative. If you see something, take a few guys and go deal with it.
Actually, we could respond the way we could do this the way the Rebs do it, like an actual way Rebs do it, where they just punch. For
Second
the center.
battalion, forward at the charge. March.
We're gonna do
Okay,
our
let's
Rebs.
punch the center.
Charge.
I'm a red.
Hit the center, hit the center.
Up and over, up and over, up and over, up and over, get it inside.
Alrighty.
Once that's done, reset